All right, we're here, we're live. We'll get started in just a little bit. So welcome to the call, everyone. Welcome to the call, everyone. It's 4 minutes to 6 here in North America, 6 Central. And we will get the call started in just a little bit. If you know anybody that needs to hear this information, go grab them, bring them to the call. We'll get started in just a little bit. Hello, Katie.
Good morning. How are you?
Good afternoon or good evening. I'm doing really good. Thank you for asking.
Excellent. Oh, that's a lovely, lovely shirt.
I like it.
The nicest shirt I've ever seen you wear.
Oh, get out.
No, it is.
Why do you say that?
Well, you don't really often wear shirts, and that shirt is actually particularly nice.
I don't actually wear shirts.
Well, not normally on the webinars.
Oh, huh. You know, I try and wear my Sisel shirt.
I have noticed that. That's a really cool one too.
But I like this one. It's got some musical instruments and guitars and everything.
Yeah, fantastic.
Like that. Yeah, so it's a nice one. I like it. Thanks for the compliment. I should have just said thank you, but
it's okay.
I drew it out. So
yeah, good.
Katie, it's fun to be losing weight because I find myself wanting to go out and buy new clothes.
Yeah, that's the thing about when you start to lose weight, you're starting to feel better about yourself. And when you feel better about yourself, you probably want to buy more clothes.
Yeah. And that's exactly it. So I start to buy clothes because, even the clothes that it should fit me.
Yeah.
It's kind of gotten, excuse me. It's kind of gotten stretched out around the middle.
Right.
From the last few years of being, 50 pounds heavier than I am right now.
Well, you must be sleeping a lot better. Aside from your back injury, I know that took you back.
Yeah, I was going to say the first couple months, the back injury, and now I got this crazy dog.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Last night we had a storm roll through. We had some high winds, probably 60-mile-an-hour winds roll through, and some trees got knocked down. And I was down at my mom and dad's. I spent the night down there because I had some things to do down there this morning as well, early this morning. And so my dog's not used to being there. Chewy, of course, he goes in his corner and sleeps in mom and dad's room and gets out of the commotion. But Bruiser, anytime there was a noise, he's barking, he's running around the house. He's just not used to it.
Mm-hmm. Well, so you said you had high winds. We had high winds here in Melbourne. I think they got up to 90.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and my fence blew over.
Your fence blew over?
Yeah, the back fence blew over. So now I'm trying to get that repaired. So, yeah.
Are you going to do it yourself?
No, actually, a friend's boyfriend does fences, and he's going to come and do it.
Excellent. Yeah. I've often told these young people around here, I said, if you went to the fence repair business, you could make a nice summer income, part-time income, because what these people charge for it up here. It's a good business. It's a good business.
And there's lots of work in that area.
Yeah. So yeah, it's weird weather we've been having. We've been having extremely warm weather. Well, last year, it was so wet the farmers couldn't get in the field. Right. This year, it's so we got in early. The farmers were out there finishing up the planting way early, but then we've been having this warm weather. I don't know what it would be in your temperature, but 100 degrees Fahrenheit.
That's about 30 Celsius, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not sure, but it's warm. It's warm, and so we welcomed the rain last night, even though it got a little bit windy and stormy and all that. The rain was welcome. I look out at my garden. It's just out here to the side, and my corn I planted some sweet corn, and my sweet corn went from 2 inches to almost 6 inches just overnight.
Wow.
Just from that rain, because I've been watering it with city water, which has chlorine in it.
Right.
And I think it stunts the growth of the plants. And so you figure, we as humans, we consume that same water. What does it do to us? Yeah,
and you don't know what else is in it as well.
Yeah, well, they have to report what's in it. I mean, that's the one thing. If you go to ewg.org, if you're in the United States, you can see what's in your water. And I'm sure you guys have a similar website down there, right? Because the municipalities, if they don't once a month test and list what's in their water, they actually get in trouble. And so my hometown, they actually got in trouble not long ago because they forgot to test the water one month. So it's a serious thing. It's a serious
Yes.
violation. But getting back to the weight loss, it's a lot of fun. I'll tell you, Katie, everywhere I go, people that know me, people that haven't seen me for a while, people that just saw me, a couple days ago, they're like, "Holy cow, how much weight have you lost?" And I can tell from week to week when I look in the mirror, and I can see it more when I look in the mirror than I can when I jump on the scale. Because
Yeah.
some weeks I'll go 2, 3, 4 weeks without losing a pound.
Right.
But I can see it in the mirror, and then like I was telling my friend today, I said I'll go 2, 3, 4 weeks without losing a pound, and then all of a sudden one day I'll jump on the scale and I'm 7 pounds down. And
Oh, wow.
you know that you didn't lose it overnight like that. It's just that your body was hanging on to it because your body's always trying to go into this homeostasis. It's trying to keep things at a level, right? It's trying to keep things at a level. So it'll do that. It'll do that. But I notice things that like my, not only am I losing that extra, I guess what you'd call the Dunlop, my belly was Dunlopping over my belly.
Muffin top.
Yeah.
It's called
And
muffin top.
well, I had more than a muffin top, but it's nice to see that go away. But I'm noticing that that my face is getting skinnier. And if you look
Yeah,
at
it
old
looks
photos
good.
of me,
Yeah.
and so my big concern, like I was talking to Tom about 2 weeks ago, or was it 4 weeks ago, whatever it
Yeah.
was when I had Tom on here, and I said, what do you put on your skin to make it so that your skin tightens up as you lose the weight? Because
Yes.
I don't want to look like what's that dog, a basset hound with the big old
Yeah.
cheeks that flop around when they
Mhm.
open their mouth. I don't want to look like that,
And what did he say?
Well, I mean, he was saying that he uses the Rapid Repair. That's his
Yeah.
go-to product.
Yeah.
I guess I kind of got out of the habit of using the Rapid Repair because I really love the Actify.
Right. Yeah, I like it
And
too.
so that's what I've been using because I find that it tightens things up, and so I'm going through more of that. And it's summer. It's got the SPF factor in it too. So I'm using that. So folks, if you're listening to this, if you're on Facebook and you're listening to it, if you're listening to the recording, Actify is one of our products that the Mowers developed. It's got an SPF factor. I use it actually as my sunscreen, Katie.
Yeah.
Because I know it's safe to use.
Yeah.
So I'll lather up on that before I go outside. And I really haven't, if I go back, the last time I really got a bad sunburn was the first year I came down to Australia.
Yeah. Welcome to Australian sun.
Yeah, but that was about 6 years ago. And so I come down to Australia now, and I really don't get sunburned down there either. Now I'm careful. I
you would if you're out long enough.
Yeah, well, last year when I rented that beach house, I was out on the beach a lot.
Okay.
But I'm careful though. I wear a long sleeve shirt, light cloth shirt. I wear a hat a lot, and I do the same thing up here just because you have to be aware of it because who wants to get skin cancer?
Yeah, but it's not even that. It's like the sun is so harsh and aging to the skin too. If you're using all these creams to try and tighten and firm your wrinkles, and then you're going out in the sun and sunning your face, you're undoing that very quickly. It's the most aging thing to your skin is actually UV light. And also, it causes discoloration in the skin. It can cause all sorts of things. And we want to keep your face out of the sun as much as possible.
Oh yeah. I mean, the whole thing, Katie, is that who cares if you live to be 110 and you look like you're 350? Right? I mean, I want to get to be 100. I want to get to be 110 years old. I was telling a friend of mine this last night. I said, I want to live to be 110, but I don't want to look like it.
No, that's right.
I mean, wouldn't it be nice if we could look just the way we are right now?
Oh, yeah, freeze.
50 years from now.
And also how you feel. I mean, if you're going to look like that, but you want to be feeling good, agile, and being able to move and mobile, and enjoy life, do things.
Yeah. You know, I did a call on Tuesday just a couple days ago with Andrea, with my friend Andrea, and we did a call, and we were talking about this new weight loss product that they just approved. The FDA just approved it here in the United States.
Mm.
Yeah, and it's not actually a new drug; it's an old drug, but they're putting a new use to it, and so I forget what they call it, way ego or something like that, or but it's a drug, a diabetes drug,
Right.
and they found that if people go on it, the average person is losing like 10 pounds. And so I decided, well, I'm going to read up on it because I want to find out what are the side effects to it. Thyroid cancer, kidney failure,
Mm.
liver disease. I mean,
Mm.
and the list goes on and on. They had a bunch of different things, and I thought, holy cow, how can they even approve this for use with those kind of side effects, and the benefit that, like if you read their commercials on it, the benefit is that you might lose 10 pounds.
Wow.
You know, I mean, I can go, if I'll tell you this, Katie. I mean, if I teach people how to have a good bowel movement every day, I can teach you how to lose 10 pounds.
Oh, and definitely I've talked about that all the time about getting enough fiber, having your bowels moving, because if you're going to the toilet regularly, it speeds up your metabolism. If you're not going frequently, your metabolism slows down. And and also it's not good for your gut. It's not good for risks for bowel cancer, all the other things associated with it. Your blood sugar levels are controlled by, to a certain extent, the fiber in your diet, cholesterol, a whole bunch of things. So, yeah. So what
was that fiber that, a couple of years ago you started talking about it, that you used down there?
Well, the fiber that people can naturally get. Yeah, I can't remember the actual name of that one, but unless you're talking about psyllium husk that you can just buy in the supermarket.
No, it wasn't that. It was another one that you talked about, like a root, something root.
Oh, cognac root. Yeah, it's a cognac root, and it's really high in fiber. You can buy it in spaghetti, rice, pasta sheets in the supermarket. And it's really low calorie, very high fiber. So if you want to get that fiber going in your diet, you can have us add in a serving of that a day. It'll drop your calories and help you lose weight. That's a great product. And
so it would fit in with the keto.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, there's basically no sugar in it. It's high in hyaluronic acid as well.
Also, it's good for the joints and for the skin.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Wow. Cognac. How do you spell that?
I think it's CONJAC. It's got a V in there as well. Cognac. Yeah,
okay, so it's not like the cognac that you go sip on and smoke a cigar.
I don't think so. I'd have to grab my phone and have a quick look at the spelling. But if there's someone on the call wants to look it up, it's cognac root. It's the product here is called Slender. There's other brands, or you can just buy the straight cognac root.
Okay.
And it's really definitely a good product. I've used that when I was trying to lose body fat and drop the calories, because I was always looking, when I was doing my competitions, looking for foods that are, provide some nutritional value but are very low calorie but filling at the same time, so you're not hungry. So that's a really good one you could add into your diet. You could make a big pasta dish, and then you can add your sauce, and if you're adding meat or whatever other protein you're adding. Yeah.
Perfect. Well,
so
so, at Katie, as we talk about weight loss, and I just got 3 of my friends signed up to get started with the Sisel weight loss program this morning, and good friends of mine from high school, from way back when, and and they have a wedding coming up, just like I did. My son got married, last week. Their daughter gets married here in September, and they want to lose 25 pounds a piece, approximately, right?
Yeah.
And I said, well, if you look at the program that we have, on average, what I'm seeing is that the average person is losing about 2 pounds per week. So just under a kilo a week.
Yeah.
And that's considered to be good medically managed weight loss, right? Now, the thing about it is, in the beginning, you're going to lose a lot of weight that first month. Like, I've seen people who have lost 30 pounds the first month.
Yeah.
Right. They have a lot of weight to lose, so they can lose 30 pounds in that first month, but that's not fat loss.
Mm.
That's mostly water weight. That's mostly
Yeah.
water weight. And so they lose that, and then they go, oh, I'm doing really, really well. I'm doing better than what you said. I'm doing better than the 2 pounds per week. Well, yeah, in the beginning. So when you average it all out, right, from beginning to end, you're going to lose about a kilo or 2 pounds per week. So if you lose 15 pounds the first month, expect that at the end, you're going to lose a lot less.
Yeah.
And average it out. So like I told them, okay, if you got to lose 25 pounds, figure it's going to take you 12 to 13 weeks to lose it.
Yeah.
And the last 5 to 10 pounds is going to come off a lot slower, slower. Like if you're doing it right, that last 10 pounds should take you about 2 months for that to come off.
Yeah. Well, and what products are you recommending for them, Dr. Kurt?
Well, of course, Sisel Thin, right?
Yeah. And how good do you think that is at curbing the appetite?
Katie, I'll just tell you my story.
Mm.
When I had my son's wedding last week, and and I just tell people that, look, I don't count calories, and I don't pay attention to anything when it's a special time like that. My son's getting married. I'm not going to worry about calories. I'm going to do what everybody else is doing. I'm not going to be the oddball in the bunch going, oh no, I can't eat that. Why'd you order that for food? Blah, 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 blah. But I kept taking my product. And, I found that my hunger was totally under control. I could eat just a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And it worked great. I mean, and that's typically how it is. And I've been on this now for 6 months. I started in December. I was one of the people that got asked to try the product way in the beginning. So I've been out for 6 months, but then there was a couple months after I broke my back, this winter where I wasn't really active at it. But really honestly, Katie, I had breakfast with my kids on Monday morning.
Mm.
And then I didn't eat again until Tuesday night.
Right.
I mean, that was a day and a half that I went without eating anything. And some people might say, well, that's not healthy. No, fasting is actually healthy for you.
Yeah.
If you do it right. And, so I went a day, I wasn't hungry at all. I ate on Tuesday night, not because I was hungry. I ate on Tuesday night because I knew that I needed to get some nutrients that I wasn't getting from my supplements and things like that, plus some fiber. I had a chicken salad is what I had. I made a salad with spinach and strawberries and nuts, and that's what I had. And so what I find is that this product, it allows me to control my hunger. It allows me to control my cravings. So I'm not hungry, Katie, and I'm not craving things. I can go to the grocery store and I don't go, oh, I need some of the, that looks good. I don't do that anymore. Where that's what I did before. And so now I can go on my Carb Manager app and I can look at the different foods before I eat them, and I can go, oh, that's got a lot of carbs in it. And that's really the only thing that I watch is the carbs and the sugars, right?
Uh-huh.
Because when you're taking a look at weight loss, right? Think of it like starting a campfire, right? If you're starting a campfire, you throw the bits of paper and you throw the kindling, the twigs and things like that on it because it burns fast and it burns really hot and it gets the fire going. And that's what carbohydrates do in your body. Carbohydrates burn fast. Like if it's really cold out down there in Melbourne and you just want to warm up, eat some carbs. It'll be a quick flame like that.
Yeah.
But it goes out quick too.
Yeah.
And so if you ever diet that's high in carbohydrates, that's what you're doing is you're burning up those carbs and you're never getting down to burning the fat. So then the next thing that burns in the whole order, the whole scheme of things, is that you throw the little bit bigger logs on there, the inch logs and the 2-inch logs and things like that. They burn second. That's like burning the muscle on your body. Well, who wants to burn muscle? You want more lean muscle, right? When
You
were
want to keep
working
your
out.
muscle. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, when you were in competition, you wanted to have lean muscle, and so that's the second thing, and it's the fat that you want to burn. It's the fat that you want to get into the fire. You want, because that's like throwing the big logs on there. And like I was explaining to my friends this morning, you know, if you throw a big log on there tonight before you go to bed, chances are tomorrow morning that log is still going to be burning. It's still going to be smoldering. It's going to be hot enough that you can still cook eggs on it tomorrow morning. And that's the kind of fire that you want going on in your body, so it burns that fat. So what Sizzle Thin does, and like I told people, I want to explain without getting really into the science so much that you get overwhelmed, is I want to just explain how does it work. Well, they discovered that this ketosis way back in the early 1900s, and they found that it's how your body burns fat. You want to get your body into this metabolic state. The problem with it is that we eat way too many carbohydrates. If you look at the diet that we have in the United States, and I'm not going to speak for Australia, but I'm sure you're real similar to what we are, in that, you know, we got a lot of fast food. If you go in the grocery store, most of the food is in the middle aisle. It's the processed food. You got processed sugars, you got processed carbohydrates, you got high fructose corn syrup, things like that. And what that does is it takes you out of that fat burning mode and it puts you into the sugar burning mode. Well, about 20 years ago, they discovered that your body produces certain chemicals and it tells your brain, hey, burn fat as energy. So that's what's in here. Those chemicals, those salts, those beta hydroxybutirates and a couple of them, they're in here. And I'm going to say it this way, it tricks your body into thinking that you're in ketosis so that you do go into ketosis and you become a fat burning machine. The problem with most diets is that most of us, and again, I'm going to speak for the United States. I'm not going to talk for what you're going on in Australia, but we're stressed out. We're living in a stressed out world right now with the virus and all that stuff. And when you're stressed out, your body produces cortisol, and cortisol sabotages most diets. So we put something in there called ashwagandha. Ashwagandha balances out the cortisol levels, works with the adrenal glands to balance out the cortisol levels so that it keeps this hunger it keeps your hunger and you're under control. It doesn't sabotage your diet. And then we've added one more thing, which comes from the fucoidan plant, from the brown seaweed, called fucoxanthin. And what that is that's been reported for decades as a fat burner. It triggers your body to turn the heat up in that furnace just a little bit more.
Wow.
And so that's what's in there. That's what's in that product. And then
how many are you taking a day?
Well, it varies from day to day. Like Tom was saying on the call the other day, he was saying sometimes he takes 10 a day. Right.
Wow.
And I wasn't taking quite that many because I thought somewhere along the line, I thought somebody, I'm not gonna mention names, but I thought somebody had said, oh, you don't want to take more than 6. So I can say that I was only taking 6 a day. But then after I talked to Tom and he said, oh no, you can take as many as you want. So now I do take, I've had days where I took 10.
Okay.
But most days I only take 4. I take 2 in the morning when I get up and about half an hour before I eat breakfast, and I have a small breakfast, 1 egg, maybe 1 slice of bacon or some sausage, things like that. I don't eat the carbohydrates for breakfast. I might have some fruit or something like that. And then I take 2 more in the afternoon, probably around 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And then I eat my dinner around 6 or 7. That's typically what I do. But sometimes I'll feel that craving coming on where I'm craving something. And so I take 2 more when I feel that coming on.
Well, okay. Well, actually, the pricing for us now is quite good. So since, we've switched to the US dollar catalog, I've, done the math on the Sizzle Thin. So for a distributor, including tax, it's $43 Australian. The Kiwis is a little bit more because they pay 15% tax, but it's still quite a bit cheaper than, I think it's about $20 cheaper a bottle than what we were paying.
Oh, wow.
New Zealand. Yeah, so you could afford to get the 2 bottles a month, because at 2 bottles a month, you'd be looking at just under $90, about $89. And for a weight loss program, I think that's pretty good.
That's really cheap. And you know, I jotted some notes down. We're going to talk about how to get the shipping for free because I think
Okay, you
that's
want to talk about that?
well, let me talk about this product first.
Mhm.
Sisel Sport. That's what I'm drinking right now. It's a pre-workout formula, but it's really for, you know, I don't use it as a pre-workout because it's not like I'm going to the gym. I'm not a gym rat or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I like the taste of it. I find that it gives me a little bit of extra energy. It kind of gives me a boost, like like the kids drink the Monster drinks and things like that.
Yeah.
And I find that works. And you know, it helps me kind of put my blinders on so that I'm more focused during the day. So I like that. And I drink it. I drink it at night too, you know, because I find
Oh.
that it doesn't interrupt my sleep. Like I'm having it right now. It's almost 6:30 at
Oh
night,
wow.
and I'm having some now, and it doesn't bother my sleep. But I found that it kind of takes away that craving for drinking all that coffee. I used to drink a pot of coffee in the morning
Yeah.
by myself, and so I'll have one right away in the morning, and I find that I only drink like one regular cup of coffee now.
Wow.
So I go through a lot less coffee, needless
Yeah.
to
Well, you don't
say.
want to have too much caffeine.
That's right. And
Mhm.
but it curbs that for me, so I like it. I like it. And you know, and when you drink an expensive coffee, you don't want to drink a whole pot,
Yeah.
right? So I find that works out good. So that's basically in a nutshell what I'm doing. And then you know, Katie, I just control the carbs. I watch the carbs. You know, if you came over to my house right now, my kids were home for the wedding, and they're like, "Well, Dad, you don't have any," you know, no, I don't have any junk food. I
Mm.
don't have any sweets. Um, I was just putting on Facebook the other day that, or just this afternoon, that the other day I was craving something sweet,
Yeah.
and so I took a cup of cream, whipping cream, and I
Mm.
put it into my blender along with some ice, a cup of ice, and a half cup of frozen strawberries, and I threw it in the blender, and I put it in there in the whipping mode, and holy cow, Katie, I don't know,
Mousse.
you're probably
Strawberry
you're
mousse.
it, it tastes like ice cream, like
Yeah.
strawberry ice cream.
Yeah.
What'd you call it? Mousse, strawberry
Oh
mousse.
yeah, like kind of like a mousse, you know.
Okay, yeah. Um, it was really good. I thought, holy cow,
Mm.
I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try that with I'm gonna throw the chocolate sizzling in there, see if I can make my own chocolate ice cream,
Yeah. Wow.
you know, vanilla ice cream. But I
Yeah.
just want to throw that in there for those people who think that, oh, I gotta have something like that. You know, hey, there you go. And it's good for you, and it's low in calories because the only sweetener in it is the strawberries.
Right.
And, and strawberries and watermelon happen to have very low sugar content. Did you know that?
Yes. I didn't know watermelon. I knew strawberries did, but I didn't know. I thought watermelon had quite a bit of sugar, but it's mostly water, is it?
It's mostly water. Yeah.
Mm. Mm.
But so there you go, folks. I mean, that's just something. So um you were saying that so now Australia and New Zealand switched to ordering directly from the United States. So
That's
the
right.
only thing so your products, some of them got cheaper,
Yeah.
most of them, but the only problem that comes in, and I'm going to say it as I see it, the
Yeah.
problem, the negative on it, let's call it the negative, let's call it what it is that the shipping um, might be out of line for some people. They might go, holy cow, you know, that shipping is way up. Well, you remember you're shipping it from the United States all the way to Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Plus it's coming by a proper courier service. Before it was coming by Star Trek Express, which is really just an arm of Australia Post. And, you know, they don't really do a great job, lots of problems with their delivery. Whereas, you know, UPS is a professional courier company. It's tracked all the way. It's going to be reliable and consistent. And the delivery, the service is just, in my opinion, going to be a lot better from my experience of them before.
that's right. So why not take advantage of the program that Sizzle's put in place? The leaders at
Yes.
Sizzle have put this in place. And I just tell people, look, plan on it from the beginning. When you get started, plan on it from the beginning. Get involved with the loyalty rewards program.
Yeah.
Get involved with the loyalty rewards program. And if you have any questions, get a hold of me, get a hold of Katie, get a hold of whoever got you this video. Um, and find out exactly what the loyalty rewards program is. And I'm not going to go into, like the whole thing real in depth. I'm just going to say this. If you place an order 4 consecutive months and it's between 100 to 199 PV, so just under, let's say under 200 PV, you get 5% rebate.
Yeah.
Okay. So you get a coupon that you can use to buy additional products down the road. It doesn't count toward your monthly order. Make sure they understand that. I've had people say, well, but you get 5%. If you order between 200 and 299, you get 6% back. And if you have a monthly order 4 consecutive months that's over 300 PV, not 299, you won't get credit for it if it's 299. You have to be over 300 PV, 300 or over. If you get an 8% coupon.
Yeah.
Right. So, but in addition to that, if you do that for 12 consecutive months, if you stay over 250 PV, on the 13th month, they're going to send you a coupon. Do you say coupon or coupon?
Coupon, yeah.
Okay. All right. Some people say coupon, some people say coupon. But so you get a coupon that's good for all of your shipping.
Yeah, it's a rebate from all the shipping. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and I asked Rennie to get on and talk about what she's done to give kind of her testimonial. I'll get her on later to say that she got like a rebate of almost $400 to pay back for her shipping. I mean, folks, I'm telling you, so don't even look at the shipping as being a worrisome thing. It's free. Now you got to plan it. Like Katie and I were talking about it last night. Okay. So I want to be on the Triangle of Life every month. I mean, without a doubt, I want to be on the Triangle of Life every month. Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's 150 PV.
Yeah.
No matter where in the world you are, that's 150 PV, right?
Yeah. I think it's 153.
Yeah. Okay. So I want to be on the age pill every day for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
What's the PV of the age pill?
Not sure on that one. Slightly different to what it was in the US.
Okay. Well, I think it's right around, isn't it right around 60 PV for the H pill or 50?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Let's just say it's 50. Okay.
Okay.
And I think I'm low. I think it's actually 60, but we'll say it's 50. So you're at 200 PV just with the Triangle of Life and the H pill, products that you should want to be on for the rest of your life. All right.
Yeah.
So now you throw in some toothpaste, you throw in the Sisel Vibrant laundry detergent, you throw in the shampoo, you throw in the skincare, you throw in the weight loss program, whatever you want, the multivitamin, whatever product, you're over 250 PV.
It just doesn't take much to get there, even if you're on like 4 products. And as you said, if you've got a family or a partner or a child, or even you suggested, what about if you had a friend and you wanted to, share the order with them?
That's right. Like I ordered for my mom and dad and for myself. So, I mean, I'm way over that every single month. And so I get a rebate back. I get an 8% rebate. Plus I'm getting all my shipping back. And so when I get the products, my mom and dad, and I say, well, here's your product. Mom says, well, how much for shipping? And I say, it's free.
Yeah.
It's free. There's no cost.
Yeah. Great. Yeah.
So if you and your partner are, or just you and a friend, or you and your mom, or you and your uncle, or you and your aunt, whatever, and you want to, and they're complaining about shipping, just say, hey, look, I'll place the order for you along with my order. Right. Yeah. And don't charge them for the shipping, because you're going to get the shipping back anyhow.
Yeah.
So why not pass it on to people? And I'm trying to give you some ideas on this so that you can, why not save? Now, if they're a customer, they don't get loyalty rewards, do they?
No. So they're going to need to make a decision if they want to stay as a customer or convert to being a distributor. They can upgrade. If they upgrade, I think it's only $17 US to upgrade from a customer to a distributor. And then, they can then purchase at the distributor price. Yeah.
Right. So they get a 10% discount by being a distributor. They get the 8% back if they're ordering over 300 PV, plus they're getting free shipping. Come on.
Yeah, it definitely makes sense if you're going to be ordering regularly. And, you know, nutrition's the type of thing. You don't order it, you don't take it 1 month and not the next two. It's something that you want to be consistent with, you know.
Right.
So that's really important. And even if it's not that, Dr. Kurt, you've still got the skincare. And then, you know, we're really excited that Tom Jr. has announced that he's releasing a special range of CBD products for Australia and New Zealand. You know, that it's going to be TGA compliant with our country. And they've made some adjustments there. And I think Liesl said on the last call, she was just approved the packaging for that. So we should see that here really, really soon. And that's going to open up a whole nother market for us. The amount of people that have asked me, where can I get CBD from? I could count at least 7 that I can think of. So that's going to be really fabulous because that opens a doorway to the Sisel catalog through another area. You know, sometimes people aren't into taking supplements or they're not into toxic-free personal care. But, you know, the CBD, they might, you know, that might be open to them because it has so many, you know, health benefits, and also the rubs I'm looking forward to, which is the the cooling lotion, the CBD cooling lotion. That one will be really, really good to use.
Okay.
I've tried it. It's fantastic.
Oh, I love the spray, what is it, the 750 milligram spray that we have, the mint
Yeah.
flavored. I love that one. I like that one better than the full strength one. Partly because it's easy for me to use. I can, you know, I walk by my kitchen. I got it sitting on the counter right next to my sink, and I'll just go, oh, I have a little bit of knee pain. I squirt, you know, 3-4 shots into my mouth, and
Wow.
I'll do that. I'll do that 3-4 times a day sometime. You know,
Yeah.
if I'm active, you know, or you know, if I feel like I'm, you know, like I should be getting sleepy, like late at night, and I'm not, I'll take a few more shots of it. And I love it. I love the flavor. It's easy to get to use,
Mm.
versus the heavier one, the 1500 milligram one. You know, with the dropper, to me that it's, you got to screw the top off. You got to take the drop. You got to put it in your mouth, and I just don't like the taste as much, you know. But
Mm.
I like that spray. I mean, that's just my personal choice, you know.
Yeah.
And you can say, well, screw you, Kurt. You know, I like
I'm not
that.
going to say
You know,
that.
but hey, you know, but that's you know, some people might be thinking that, but I
Yeah.
like that one. It's convenient. It's easy for me to use. Now I know you want to talk about some of the packs that we have.
Oh, yeah. I've got some slides here, so I just thought I'd bring them up here. Okay. So I just wanted to go through the pricing for people because they might be wondering, oh, well, you know, it's going to be a lot more. Actually, it's not. And a lot of the packs will work out cheaper, particularly the supplements, because they're quite light and they're slightly lower price than what we were paying. So where you will get into a little bit more cost is when you're adding a lot of liquids. And so the way you can counter that is if you're into the liquids, liquid products, then obviously you want to get the rebate like Dr. Kurt and I have been talking about. So the 2-pack is $157.60 USD. On yesterday's pricing through Wise, which we recommend using wise.com.au for their best conversion rate and no international fees. So if you haven't heard of them, check them out. You can get one of their cards. Great card to have for anyone, no matter which country you're in, to be able to make purchases worldwide. So that would work.
What is that again?
Wise.com.au, wise.com.au, or if you're in America, it's just wise.com, and you can sign up and you get a free a debit card, a master debit card, and they just have the best rates for everything. And you can have multi-currencies and everything. It's fantastic. Highly, highly recommend it. And this is where I think people need to look outside their traditional bank. You know, people rely on their bank, but there's services out there from other financial institutions that are going to do a lot better deals than your bank, than the big 4 banks are going to do. So I'm into, you know, getting the best you can for your money. So that would work out to about 202 Australian, including tax and shipping for a distributor. I've got the wrong, that shouldn't be triangle pack there. And then it's about 231 for a Kiwi, New Zealand dollars, because Kiwis pay a little bit more tax than Aussies. They pay 15%, whereas we pay 10. You can just ignore that word triangle pack. I've got that on the next slide. I've got the triangle pack here. So the triangle pack is 210 USD, works out at about 270, including shipping and tax of 10%. So that's not bad. So that's for the Triangle of Life. And then the New Zealand price is there. It could be slightly more for the Kiwis because it is the 15% that's calculated on 10% tax.
So let me ask you that. So it's 270 Australian dollars. That includes the shipping and the 10% tax, right?
That's right.
Sure. So approximately
that's with a Wise card. If you go and use your traditional bank like Commonwealth or something crazy like that, they probably going to chuck on a whole bunch of extra fees. So you want to watch that. And, it makes financial sense. I mean, I think people, it's worth people taking the time to pay a little bit more attention to what credit cards they're using, what bank they're banking with, what fees they're being charged, because you can really shop around and get much better deals. And over the course of your lifetime, a saving through a different financial institution is going to be a big, big benefit. And it does take a little bit of effort, but it's not much. So the fact is that the wise.com website, they offer that card and that service. So definitely highly recommend that. And that's the Wise price. So if you were using a Wise card, I used their calculator and it was going to be $270. So I thought that was pretty good.
Well, how much of that 270 is shipping?
I think it was around, I can't remember. I think it was around 25 US or something like that. So probably $35 or something.
So out of the 270, then, if you're doing the 300 PV per month, right? So
Yep.
you're getting the 8% back. So 8% of 270, or no, 8% of let's say the 210, 8% of 210. That's about $17. So you're gonna get $17 back US, 8%, and then you're gonna get your shipping back, which is about $35 Australian.
Yeah.
So now you're talking that product is going to cost you right around $220.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. Yeah, it's a really good deal to get the shipping rebate. And then this is where it starts to get really cost effective when you start purchasing these packs. So we've got the Age Pill 6-pack here. It worked out at yesterday's price, and this was at yesterday's exchange rate through Wise. Was 468 AUD, including shipping and tax. And so that works out at about $78 a bottle, which is pretty good there. Sorry, I don't have the exact prices for New Zealand because I didn't work out the 15% for them. But
right.
yeah.
But
so
again, here, when you look at that, you get 8% back if you're doing the 300, if you're doing over, the 300 PV per month, right? Yeah. So it's like getting your tax back. It's almost equal to getting the tax back.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's a pretty good deal. And then this is the special running for this month, which is really good. So that works out at $192.40 USD. These are distributor prices. So that worked out to be, including shipping, was $247 AUD there. And you're getting your bottle of 4 Restore, your Eternity, and your Renovator. So, the 4 Restore in the US is a lot cheaper. We were paying, I think, around $100 a bottle. So it's quite a bit less actually. And this pack's really good. So I recommend, so you can get the ageless pack. So you've got the TSX and the Age Pill. So you're looking at, including if you add the Stemolytic in. So you've got your 3 age reversal products. And Kurt, I wouldn't be without my age reversal products. And this is what we've been talking about. We want to do everything we can to slow down that aging. If we can get an extra 10 or 15 years of longevity, and good health, obviously, I will definitely take that. Time is the most precious thing we have. So that one's $243 USD, works out at 312 AUD, including shipping and tax at yesterday's exchange rate. And that's for those 3 products. So you've got the Age Pill, our premium product, which is TSX, is the most expensive Sisel product in the range. I wouldn't even like to say expensive. It's got the highest investment. If you understand about telomeres and the importance of looking after your DNA so you don't, you minimize the damage and the shortening of those telomere caps, then that's a product you'd want to be taking. And then the Stemolytic, well, you need to get rid of those zombie senolytic cells. You don't want them hanging around in your body, making you, affecting your health. So that's a good pack there to have. And that's 312, around about 312 Australian, including shipping and tax. Again, it's through the wise.com.au. If you go through your traditional bank, they're probably going to charge you a little bit more because the banks are very greedy and they want to take your money. And this one's really good. Once you start getting into the multi-packs, you really get a good cost saving. So that works out at 476 AUD for 2 bottles of TSX and 2 H. Yeah. So that's what I've got there.
And again, when you say 476, that includes the shipping, which again, people, do the 250 PV. Put it on an auto ship, because if you don't put it on an auto ship, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. And you already know, don't you, Katie? I mean, you've known.
Oh, it's happened all the time. It will end in tears, guaranteed.
Yeah, because they have a policy. They have a policy that if you miss 1 month, you start over. Your 12 months starts over. So put it on an auto ship. Get on the products. Get on your favorite products. Put them on an auto ship so that you're getting your 250 PV all the time. And then on top of that, Katie, now place your special orders. Place your special orders over and above that, because even if you put it as a second order, you get the shipping for free.
That's right.
So if you do your auto ship at 250 PV, and then every month you do a second order for whatever you want, you mix and match your second order, you get that shipping for free too. So it's not just the one order; it's all your orders. If you do 6 orders a month, it's shipping for free on all of them. They don't average it out. They don't average it out and say, oh, on average, Katie, you spent, this. No, they take all your shipping and they say free. You get it back as a rebate.
Yep, to spend back on product.
What a sweet deal. I mean, let me bring. Oh, hang on. Where did the screen go? There. Okay, let me bring Rennie on here, and I want to have her comment on that. Hang on 1 second. I'm going to bring her over to the panel. She's a panel.
And the spelling for that root for the weight loss is cognac, KONJAC root. You can buy it in multiple places under different brands.
There you go. Rennie, you got to hit your take and unmute yourself and turn your camera on.
A bit recently. I had a bit of an issue getting on. Hi everyone, and nice to be on, and thanks for the invite, Doc. Yeah, so you were talking about the rewards programs with Sisel. I've never known of a company that has such generous rebate programs. So yes, I definitely take advantage of them.
Yeah. So tell us what you told me that what'd you get back? Like almost $400?
Yeah, a couple months ago, I got my shipping back and it was 396 US, which is significant.
Yes.
Right now, the Canadian dollar is up a bit, so it's about 82 cents. So it's still close enough to 20 cents on the dollar exchange by the time you pay that little bit. And I don't worry about having a special card. I just use my regular card that I have, mainly because it's business. And I just look at it that way, because Canada is, and this is something that I find very interesting with other countries. Canada is very set up for home-based businesses. It is 100% write-off. So I mean, just for myself, I always joke and say I would have no problem spending $1,000 a month on Sisel products just for me. I swear.
Yes.
So it's just I do spend over 300 a month, and I really try and leverage with everything. So 1 month, because I take 12 H pill a day. So I buy that 6-pack, which is now available in Australia, New Zealand.
Yes.
So 1 month, that will be my order. I'll add a bit to it. So I am a bit above that 300, because I think the H pill, what is that, 300 PB or 315? So that's me for 3 months of the H pill. And then it's the same as the RIP, because I drink 2 to 3 sachets a day.
Yes,
so
me too.
$20 a bag if you buy it in the 6-pack. Like, to me, it's a brainer.
Multi-packs.
Again, that is 300 PV. I'll add to it, so I am up a bit more than that. And then the other months I just stock up on everything else that I do need. But I think if we train people, share that with them when they first come in, so they aren't thinking, well, how much do I have to spend? 50 PV. Wow. Like this is your business, treat it like a business, invest in yourself.
That's right.
And if they are truly, because again, in Canada now, and I'd like to know the difference here now, especially with this changeover to Australia and New Zealand, it is more advantageous for us in Canada that we don't have that warehouse anymore in Canada. That would be a nightmare, because it actually turns out to be cheaper. It's 12% tax in Canada, 7 and 5 in British Columbia anyway. Some provinces don't have taxes or as much tax. And so when people say, oh, it's that US dollar and everything, I always say, well, my products come in on the 4th day, they're to my doorstep, but I don't pay any import tax. I don't pay any Canadian, British Columbia tax. Now, would that not be the same in Australia? But if we had a warehouse in Canada, it would be very expensive because I'd still be paying the equivalent of the US dollar. And then I'd be paying the British Columbia taxes, and that would be on top of the shipping as well. So I think it actually works out. So I know Tim had asked me, and he's in New Zealand, and he's thinking, oh, that because now we're going to be paying GST. Is that the case, or will it be the same as we are here in Canada, where it actually works out? And because everything's 100% write-off here as a business, and then on top of that, we get the rewards programs and the shipping back. Like, I love leverage. So to me, like, this is double dipping big time.
Yeah. So
Yes.
two things, Randy, that I'm going to throw at you, and I already know the answer, so it's kind of a trick question. But so of course, Sisel's going to tell you what products you can spend the rebates on, right? I mean, that's what other companies do. They want to get you to buy the products that you don't really want. So Sisel does that to you, right?
No.
They don't tell me what to buy.
Yeah.
Like I said, trick question, right? Because
Yeah.
most companies do that, right? They make you buy products that maybe they need to get rid of them, or they're like crappy products that nobody buys. So they're going to force you to use your rebates to buy their crappy product. Sisel doesn't do that.
No, not at all, not at all. One thing I will share too that might help others, and I still get the shipping rebate back because you have to do that 12 consecutive months or whatever, 13, I guess, on the 13th month you get that back. So when I get my rewards, like I've got a loyalty reward coming this month. So I will phone in the day before my products are to ship. I will take it off auto ship. I will throw on my whatever my coupons for on top of my order. So that's good too, because then they can say, well, okay, Omega Prime's on your auto ship, but it's not available. So you got to take into account, throw something else on. So you're still, because they know I want to stay up over 300. So it saves me one shipping, even though I get that back. Then I'm just having one order arrive, because in Canada, even if you ship one bottle, it starts at $32.50 USD. Okay. So again, it's 100% write-off because it's your business. So why worry about it? And then at the end of the year, you're going to get that back anyway.
So are you saying that even though you're using your rewards, loyalty rewards on that order, you're including it with your regular 300 PV order? So you have one shipping charge, and then you're turning around and they're rebating you for that shipping charge?
Yeah.
Sweet.
And remember, I said to you, and you didn't believe me, and you said, send me that invoice. In fact, I talked to a fellow down at the coast, and I think this is a lot of people's mentality. He used to be in Sisel and isn't anymore. So right away, I said, well, why is that? These are the best products I've ever run across. And he says, well, I only had a couple of customers and they all whined about the US dollar. And, I had to run down over the line, which right now with COVID, of course, you can't get across the border, because he had a post office box in Washington. Well, here's the deal. In Washington state, you pay 10% tax. So he has a PO box in Washington state, which means that's where his order goes. So now he's having to drive to Washington state when there's not a pandemic, of course. And then he's paying import tax and he's paying 10% Washington tax. And I'm going, well, here's what I do. And I told him, and he says, well, I don't want to argue with you. And I said, I'm not arguing. I'm just querying why you aren't doing this. And then he says, well, and my accountant said, I can't write these products off for personal use. I says, it's a business. Of course you can. You need to get another accountant. He was really pissed off at me.
Yeah, yeah, because as a business, I mean, here in the States, you're required to do the 300 PV in order to qualify. So the 300 PV minimally is, $3,600 a year. You get to write that off. Directly off your income. So if you're making,
Yes.
so yeah, that's a no-brainer. The other thing, Rennie, that I was going to say was, so you got these people who think they're going to beat the system, right? They think they're going to beat the system. So they sign themselves up, and then they sign up their brother's uncle as a customer, thinking that and they order their own products under their brother's uncle so that they can get the 25% back. But really, with the rebate programs and the fact that you don't get free shipping on your brother's uncle's customer's order, you're losing money, aren't you?
Yeah, you'll be better off to put it through the distributor account.
You sure would.
Yeah.
Like my daughter lives in Washington State. So say I'm going to be down there. And so I redirect my order. It would actually cost me more because then I'd be paying Washington state tax on the shipping and on the products.
Wow. So you're paying more to buy it in the States than have it shipped across the border to another country.
Well, basically, and I highly recommend doing that. I know and I am investing in my business, put it that way. So it's not necessarily like I'm putting money into this. It's not like it's always covered from income, I'm going to say. And I just, because it's 100% write-off, and I double dip as much as I can. Leverage is huge. And with this company, with the opportunities they have, it's like, all I can say is, why would you not?
Yeah.
Why would you not take advantage of it? Yeah, that's exactly it. So, Rennie, is there any other tips that you can point out to people? Taking advantage of the loyalty rewards that you can think of?
Well, now that the bigger packs, like the ripped, like age pill, most of us, I mean, crikey, I'm 71 now, so I'm taking 12 age a day, and I will forever. And I drink 2 or 3 rips. So it's like, why would I not see what is it on rip? Like I said, it's $20 a bag if you get the 6-pack that you're saving.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're easily spending that $250 a month, $300 a month.
Yeah. Well, I did an order when I was doing an order from New Zealand. I ordered the Sisel Rip. I ordered the 2-pack, and I ordered the 3 bottles of TSX. And I think by the time my card was charged from New Zealand, it was $7.49. And I worked out if I'd bought it from the US, it would have cost me $6.20.
There you go. There you go.
Because, and this is where I'm talking about, is these multi-packs, and particularly the supplements, which are lightweight, there's going to be a saving there for us.
Yeah. So why is it not the same as when in Canada now with shipping it direct from the US? Or is it just that nobody's come across this and had this realization where I'm not paying any import duties? It's coming straight through to me in Kamloops. And I don't pay any import duties. I don't pay any of the British Columbia taxes, which would be 7 and 5, GST, PST. Wow. So that certainly offsets, and because it's 100% write-off, it offsets when I'm paying the exchange in the US dollar and everything.
And the other thing I'll too mention on the call, so for anyone who's in the UK or has family or friends in the UK, they've got a really big saving now because they were paying in pounds, and there was so many taxes and fees added on, because what they were doing is, Sisel was shipping it from the USA into Europe, from Europe into the UK, and it was sort of going around in this big loop. And so by the time, you know, the UK people paid in pounds, it was a lot more. Now they're paying in USD. So for anyone who's in the UK, they're getting a really good price now.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Right on.
So
Right.
anyway, I guess we should probably wrap it up there, Kurt. We've been going for an hour.
Yeah, I have a testimonial on the weight loss that I was going to play, but
Okay.
it's a few minutes long. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost 8 minutes long. Should I play it, or should I just do it as a separate? I'll do it as a separate.
There's a separate recording. Yeah, we'll share it.
Yeah, I'll do that. You know, Randy, I really appreciate you jumping on. I miss having you on the calls. You used to do the call on the comp plan with me, and then we started having Milo do the comp plan. I think, you know, let's take it back and let's do the comp plan calls ourselves again.
Yeah,
you know,
do that. And you know, like I had shared with you a couple weeks ago, and then it got moved, a little bit of a testimony on THIM, so we could do that sometime too. I can throw that in. It's not very long.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you. And Katie, thanks for jumping on. And you know, you and I, we kind of brainstorm a lot on what we can do to help people. And you know, and when this whole thing came up, that, oh crap, you know, the shipping is going to be a deterrent for people. Let's figure out how we can solve the problem. And and I think we just did it. I think we just solved the problem in Australia and New Zealand. The way you do it is, you know, hey, if your order is only going to be 100 PV, but you have your friend whose order is 100 PV and you live next door, you live in the same town, place one order so that and then get your shipping for free.
That's right.
You know, figure out some way of doing it, because take advantage of that. You take advantage of that.
Yeah.
So. All right. Thanks, Randy.
Okay.
Thanks, Katie.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody, for being here. And for those of you that are on Facebook, you know, thanks. Make a comment. If you're listening to this as a recording, pass it on to people. Let them know that we really are here to help. You know, we don't get paid for doing this recording. We're here to help. It's a Friday night, Saturday morning down in Australia, New Zealand. In Canada, isn't it like Sunday or something?
No, yeah, we live in igloos. It's 5 p.m. on Friday night, Kurt. I'm only a couple hours.
Friday night then.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Have a great weekend, and we'll be back anytime next week for sure. All right.
Right.
Bye, everyone.